He could understand that. It was a big step they were taking. They were changing things between them, and no, that wasn't easy. But hell, they'd crossed the line physically anyway, and there was no coming back from that. Fuck, he didn't want to come back from it. Getting physical with her had felt like the final piece of a jigsaw fitting into place. A piece he hadn't even realized was missing, and now it was back. It revealed the whole picture. A friendship he'd always counted on, becoming deeper, richer, different, and yet so much more. He wanted that. He wanted to explore that. He'd always loved her as a friend, and now, staring at her as she stood alone in the crowd, so lovely in her green dress, so lost, he loved her as something more than a friend. And it didn't feel like a shock or a surprise. It felt like something he'd always felt but hadn't recognized. A feeling he did not want to lose. "Then we'll make it work," he said hoarsely. "I'll make it work." "Why?" She looked at him like he'd spoken in Greek. "Why on earth would you want that?" He almost laughed. The question was so ridiculous. Did she really not know what she meant to him? "Because you matter to me?" The words came out without any hesitation at all, true and right and absolutely certain. "Because I love you?" A stricken look crossed her face, as if he'd said the worst thing in the entire world. "Oh, no," she whispered. "You can't." "I can. I do." Abruptly, he was sick of the distance, sick of doing the right thing. She was crying. She was in pain, and she was scared, and he refused to let that stand. He began to move toward her, but she flung up a hand. "No!" she cried, the desperate note in her voice stopping him in his tracks. "You can't love me." He stared at her, not understanding, because that just didn't make any sense. Why not? Why shouldn't I love you? Give me one good fucking reason. But there was a fierce light in her eyes, burning away the tears, and he recognized it. Her goddamn determination. "Because I don't want it, okay? I don't need it. I don't need you. I'm not some pathetic little orphan, and I'm not some stupid abandoned stray. I'm not your pet project that you have to protect, either." What the fuck? He'd never seen her like that or treated her in that way. Never. "Are you sure? You liked being the only one to make her smile, to make her laugh. You liked her doing things for you, giving you all her attention. But it wasn't about her. You liked the way it made you feel." Regret and a kind of shame swept through him. Yes, he had liked the way she made him feel, and maybe he'd been greedy with her attention and her friendship. Hadn't tackled the way his parents had treated her because he hadn't wanted anything to change. After what had happened with Pippa, he'd needed Sabrina's unwavering support like he'd needed air to breathe. So he'd let it go on. Let himself be her go-to guy, the person she relied on, because she didn't have anyone else. You took her for granted, you selfish asshole. Maybe he had, back then. But he wasn't now. Things were different now, and so was he. He held her angry green gaze. "Yeah, I made some mistakes, and maybe you're right. Maybe I did treat you like that, but that's not how it is now. Not this time, Sabrina." Something shifted in her eyes. Shock or surprise, he couldn't tell. But then the anger was back, even more fierce this time. "I don't care what it's like now. 2 weeks ago, I was still your best friend, barely even a woman, and yet suddenly you're in love with me? Suddenly you're expecting me to fall into your arms because it's what you want?" Her chin lifted. "What about what I want? Have you even asked me what that is?" There was a heaviness in his chest, a weight that began to press down, making breathing difficult. She was right. This was all about him and what he wanted. Shit. Had he ever asked her what it was she wanted? About anything? He couldn't remember, and he had a horrible feeling that he hadn't.